Some jazz is just a challenge to the listener. Some jazz strives to be that type of music that people look at and make that face like something smells bad. How you doing, everybody? Welcome back to Monkey Shine Lab. I'm sorry about the road noise, okay? But having my phone in a holder is much safer driving, and so I'm going to have to do that. You're going to have to put up with it. But I'm sure you understand. I'm just not into being unsafe. I'm going out because it's Monday. It's about 12 o'clock, so I'm going to go up to the Target where that young Hot Wheels hunter scored a treasure hunt. I'm not looking for a treasure hunt, of course. I'm actually looking for Fast and Furious sets. I'm going to still look for Andre. He wants one of the NSXs from the premium Fast and Furious reissue set. I'm learning a tremendous amount about a set of Hot Wheels that I never really paid too much attention to from Nazar. It's not like the Jada stuff, you know, the 124 and etc. It's a huge group of cars, though, man. I guess after 9 films or 10 films or whatever, yeah, they're gonna have quite a few cars to collect from that series. But I didn't know that there had been sets and reissues of sets, so they're not even the original set. Craziness. But I use the concept of going and picking up cars and toys and stuff like that for other collectors and other YouTubers. I use that as an excuse, a motivator to get me out of the house. I love being home, and I have built basically a little hideaway palace of stuff I would need, you know, if I was ever to secede from the human race. Always wanted a place like that, so I built it. And I have a beautiful wife and a beautiful job. Well, I don't have a job. This is my job now. Talking to you. And I like my job that way. Anyway, I'm gonna head up to Target right now and maybe hit a few other places. So come along with me. Let's see what we see. It's a beautiful sunny day. So let's go be creepy in Target. I have the definitive posture of a bush gorilla today. If you ever see like a bush gorilla at the zoo, how they walk upright, you know, kind of bow-legged and very stiff at the hips. That's where I'm at today. Huh. Far out. Sea case. Oh. That's pretty. Oops. What's that, Beamer? BMW. Oh, it's sharp. Very sharp. Fiat. I had a
weird dream about these things last night. That's neat. Like that. There it is. Beautiful. That's what I'm looking for. Hi. Sure, no worries. I'm sorry.
Oh, actually, no, you're okay. It goes actually right there.
Okay. And I was just talking yesterday about how I hadn't done the multi-car carry-out in a while. That's cool. But it's gonna happen today. Excuse me. That's your reminder not to smoke cigarettes, people. Seriously. Dumbest habit in the world. All right, well, I guess we got it. Beautiful. Let's see if there's anything here of what I actually came for now. I do like these new cars that they're putting underneath the characters for the Donkey Kong racing and stuff. I just looked at some Virago yesterday. You should definitely check that episode out if you're interested in to find out what the deal is with Virago. I keep thinking that's like a Scooby-Doo thing. The color. And of course, the 57, not here yet. Okay, well. 8 paint job. That is a super cool set. Matchbox always outdoes. Oh, look. Matchbox outdoes Hot Wheels every time. Every time.
Hey, here we are back in the lab. What, kitty? Lucy. Kitty, if you want to be a part of this, you can be a part of this if you want to. Don't smoke. All right, here we are back in the lab. I've got Lucy in my lap, so if you hear a purring cat and you see a tail shaking around, you'll know who it is. I have not, in the longest time, walked out of a store with Hot Wheels stacked thusly in my hand. And it's funny, I was just talking about the fact that I really hadn't brought anything out of a store in that way in quite some time with some friends of mine yesterday.
every time you think you're out, they do bring you back in. For all the locals, there's C-Case up at Target, up at Kaiser. And lots of nice models left over. Somebody has obviously gotten the treasure hunts and all that stuff gone, but it's good to see C-Case coming around because I finally got my Batmobiles. But I wanted to, before I go talking about what I picked up, I did want to add to what I was talking about with Nazar and Fast and Furious. He has an exhaustive love for the film series and the original film itself. Not just the ones with Paul Walker and all that, but he likes the one that goes all the way back. There was Fast and Furious is a remake. Everybody, you should know that. Roger Corman made the original, and it's a piece of Hollywood history. So anyway, I have been learning a lot about like the cars throughout the films because I don't really watch the films a lot. I think I've probably seen most of them, but I don't know. And I've got so many other things stacked up on me to watch that, like, when it comes down to it, I don't even think about the Fast and Furious very much until Nazar does something really cool, like getting the Netflix animated series. Did you know there was one for Fast and Furious? I didn't, and I have Netflix. I've never gotten rid of Netflix. I'm one of those people hanging on. But the thing about it is that there was this animated series, and I remember seeing the cars on the pegs, and I remember thinking, wow, you know, yet another amount of fantasy cars. And I guess I really kind of fell into a dislike of fantasy cars for a little while, and it, you know, the thing that Nazar showed me when he got several of the sets, the Fast and Furious animated series on Netflix sets, was it the castings, the designs, and the special features, especially each had little pop-out exhausts or little grease guns that would come out of the front of the car. They all had a little moving part on them, a little sort of gimmick, if you will. And the castings were really cool looking. The gimmicks were really solid, you know. So like I said, when I say I'm learning a lot about Fast and Furious from watching the Nazar shows, I mean it. I'm learning this, like, this weird outside esoteria. And so he's, you know, by osmosis, keeping me up to date on things. But in talking about those fantasy castings, today I'm going to start out by showing this one here. It's from a new Netflix series called Let's Race. And this is the first impulse fantasy car pickup I've done in quite some time. As you can see, it's sort of a locomotive. Oh, and here's a little laugh for a few of my fellow creators. That's since I sent them a message this morning. Look, guys, red lines. It would take too long to explain. So all right, the West Coast Flyer in black. I think that's really cool. It looks like a bullet. I mean, it's just badass looking. And I have not done an impulse buy of a Hot Wheel in quite some time. But, you know, in all of this, I did want to kind of own up that I am buying a few main lines here and there. This is a McLaren. It is a really, really pretty casting. And one of the other things that I do have a lot of is McLaren rides.
So I thought I would pick this one up and open it up and take a look at it a little closer. And then, but of course, in C case is the Batman and Robin Batmobile. So I got 2 of those, one for my wall and one to open up to put into my case with all of my other Batmobiles. This one's not gonna fit. I've got so many. But, you know, I'm pretty particular nowadays on honestly what I will keep and what I will collect. So, but it was really cool. I walked out of there, you know. I mean, I have not walked out of a store with like this. I have not walked out of a store in quite some time. So this was kind of fun. And that's what I got. That's what I got for you today, folks. Thank you very much for coming out here to Monkey Shine Lab, because, you know, we know there's a lot of other people that do what we do, but hopefully we're adding a little bit of a zip here or there that makes you feel like you're happy you're subscribed. What do you mean you're not subscribed? Hit the button below, please. It's free for you. You don't get emails. You don't get put on any mailing lists. You don't get calls, robocalls, or anything else from me. All you do get is the option to hit notifications to see when we're gonna have another show available, or a premiere happening, or whatever. So hit the notifications, set it to your own personal tastes, and we'll let you know when you can come out here and see more crap. Oh, speaking of saying the word crap, I realized that I got real salty yesterday. I used an F word. I dropped an F-bomb in there. I do try not to use coarse language. I am a coarse-looking man, but, you know, my mama done raised me right. So, for all of our younger or more sensitive viewers, the stuff is set to 18 and over. So if you are subscribed to us, please realize that every once in a while we are human, okay? That goes out to all of my younger viewers. Just because these words exist and you've already heard them on the bus 1,000 times and probably at the lunch table, it doesn't mean you have to hear them from me, right? All right. Anyway, I will see you again tomorrow, folks. Thank you very much for coming out to Monkey Shine Lab. See you again.